Before the video starts, no, it's not your TV. Recording in HDR and hoping everything would work out fantastic was a little flopped. It worked out fantastically, and by that I mean a fantastic failure. Maybe SDR will work better next time, but for now, might as well get in my first ever rant. I'm just gonna say this right now, this boss fight is bullshit. Out of the 80 hours I've spent in this game, there's nothing more mind-numbingly stupid as this boss right here. I don't care about fighting God itself, or Godric, or even the goddamn rot tunnel for that frickin' scarab charm. There's nothing that can be considered more AIDS than something that forcefully gives you an STD. Only as a man of my stature is getting railed in the bum by this bitch's sword and contracting all manners and forms of an STD. And in a true woman fashion, she sucks the ever-loving life out of you. And I'm not exaggerating. You see my health? Yeah, it's gone. She touched me so good that I gave up living just to die knowing that a girl touched my cheeks. It's crazy to think that this thing was less rage and suicidal inducing than this flimsy little girl. It's even crazier when you consider this motherfucking thing is a pushover compared to this little girl. The timing of your shield deflection has to be Sekiro levels of pinpoint, because if not, guess what, buddy? You got AIDS, and now you're dead. The solo experience in this is no better than the multiplayer one. Your Mimic has the brain set of a suicide bomber. All they do is just rush the boss in hopes of doing anything at all, yet in the process, this is more to me by draining my mental health. It's called a Mimic for a reason, so maybe it was using the few brain cells I had left after getting to this boss, which already wasn't very much before I started. You are actively punished for any of the moves you make. It's like you're a child who does something for their parents and they ask, is that it? The boss is so selective in what moves it makes, it's near impossible to understand this woman. Okay, maybe they made her a little too realistic. I'm assuming they wanted us to read her mind and find out why she's upset, and chooses not to just say what the problem is. Then multiplayer comes around and you realize that maybe cutting your arm off and selling your soul to the devil would have been a better option. Don't believe me? How about I show you just the 30 seconds of the host of fingers dying constantly, over and over again, to get that point across. I'll even add some voiced over music to it, so I don't get copyright strike like my Halo Infinite video. Not like I'm making money off these videos anyway, so enjoy the 0 cents. And for my viewers, enjoy this montage.
When it's fine, I've got the strangest feeling. This isn't our first time around. Flashbacks, never on between us.
It is depressing as hell when trying to do any type of interactions with players in the game. The 800 group posts on the Xbox consoles aren't even anything useful. It's either EU players who agree, but I couldn't connect to, an absolute ass ton of ruined duplicators and white dragon wannabe killers to help the early players, and the occasional person who just slices you away and hates your existence. The worst part about it all, too, at many points, isn't even the boss itself. You get invaded so often that by the time you actually get to the boss, because for some reason the host of fingers would rather waste your time and healing items, you're not out of time and healing items. Most of the host of fingers sit in the back while I push up with a half flask and have my ass handed to me while I'm being watched. It's like some players actively enjoy the idea of cucking, considering they watch this woman rail me while they get off in the back of the map. Another big problem is the idea of blocking. Guess what? That doesn't do anything, because somehow she absorbs the blood through your arm from your shield without even taking any of your actual HP. Yeah, she somehow drains the blood of an inanimate object. From Software somehow made a woman so good at doing what she does best that even inanimate objects would allow this suck. It doesn't help too when she has an attack of someone that's been off their ADHD meds for a month. I mean, look at this shit. Well, part of that is fun. And even if you do block, half her health gets regenerated anyways because your shield somehow has gained sentience and wanted to be alive for 2 seconds to get that big suck. The best part is her comet move. Oh, what's that? She has another move. This game has actively made me appreciate the idea of penetration. It's happened so often that you see me lay there and take it at points. My only complaint is that my hair is getting pulled in the process by her. I'm the one doing all the work, all the while I'm putting holes in my wall to a point that it looks like an LA bathroom stall, with everyone questioning why I have so many glory holes in my room. But hey, I get it. Not everything's supposed to be easy. That's the whole point of the game. But the power scaling in this is worse than Dragon Ball Super. Why does a two-headed dragon, God itself, and the main antagonist, Godric, seem so much easier than a female Power Ranger? This boss fight is nothing more than a marketing scheme for napkin companies and Miralax. My shit was pushed so far in after this fight that I was constipated for days. And the napkins for... well, here's an exact reaction of every time we lost a battle.
Man, fuck this shit, I'm jerking off!
I have since beaten the boss, and I have to say there's nothing more satisfying than beating up a Power Ranger of equal skill and ability to kick my ass too. The only reason she lost was because I chose the right path in life, a male warrior and not a female warrior. All jokes aside, I had to mute my audio because it got to a point where I moaned every time she was stepping on me.